Let's talk about the three pillars of self love. The way that I see it, I think there's acceptance, forgiveness, and gratitude. I think that each one of these builds off of one another. So they can kind of be thought of as pillars, but also as steps or foundational elements that build one on top of each other. But in any case, it starts with acceptance, first being okay and whole with exactly as you are right in this moment without looking outwardly to try and make any changes. I think once you've gotten to a place where you're good with yourself and you've accepted every aspect of yourself, the next step thereafter is to forgive yourself. And part of that is looking into your past, realizing that you may have made decisions that you're not entirely thrilled with, proud of, or whatever have you. I mean, we've all been there. You have those oh crud moments where you're just like, that was not what I was expecting to happen from that decision. But in any case, you make a decision, an outcome occurs, and you think about it for way too long. So the next step is to just forgive yourself. And this builds off of acceptance because part of the way to forgive yourself is to look back at those decisions and accept the person that you were at the time who made those decisions and to be totally okay with that individual. Because hopefully, and this is another topic, you've looked and analyzed those past decisions and those outcomes, those experiences, and learned the lessons that you needed to learn from them. Otherwise, you're doomed to repeat those same mistakes. Again, another topic for another day. But essentially, the key here is to accept the individual that you were at the time with the knowledge that you had, with all of the learnings that you had at that moment in time, to learn from that and to forgive that person so that you can take back your power and not be stuck in the past. I think a key in life is to live in the moment and not really dwell on things that have already occurred, and equally not to dwell on things that have yet to occur. It goes hand in hand. And so I think the key here is once you're able to forgive those past selves and those decisions that those individuals made, then you take back your power from being stuck in the past and you bring it into the present moment where you understand that those experiences and those decisions and those outcomes shaped the person that you are today. And that builds back to or goes back to acceptance and accepting yourself as you are right in this moment. And then we go back into the past, we accept each and every part of ourselves and version of ourselves from the past that built us to the person that we are today. And we do that by forgiving those individuals for whatever went through their mind whenever they decided to make the decisions that they made. Those same ones that we continue to ruminate on and think back to and go, well, I really wish that I had made a different decision then. But let me ask you this. If that past person made a different decision, would you be where you are today? I don't think so. I think you'd be in a different timeline. You'd be somewhere else, probably entirely. So the next step here is to be grateful for where you are, exactly as you are, wherever you are, however you are. So we've accepted who we are. We've forgiven our past selves, which includes forgiving our current self for everything that we've done and everything that we will do. And then we're grateful for everything that we are and have and can have and will have. And so now we've gotten to a point where we're grateful for everything about us exactly as it is without trying to change a thing. And the key here is to understand that we're not saying that we shouldn't have goals and aspirations. But what we are saying is that those are things that we can gravitate towards in the future with a solid plan. But they're not things that we need in order to define ourselves today. There may be things that we want to change about ourselves, better ourselves, but we don't need those things in order to make ourselves more whole. We are whole as we are in this present moment, today, here and now, with everything that we have or don't have. And now we're ready to just move forward with life. We've got these three pillars. We've accepted ourselves, we've forgiven ourselves, and we have gratitude for ourselves. And so we're able to build self love from having those three key pillars. And we're able to move through life and take those three things in conjunction together in order to build that self love and sustain that self love. Have a great one. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Bye bye.